What do we got here? Good morning. Jedi G-chan here. And some of you may know what this is, some of you may not. Um, I found out about this from watching Jeffie Bear, a Canadian van lifer who's diabetic and recently had both his legs amputated. And on his channel, he showed this, and I'm going like, wait a minute, what? And then now that he did, I got me one. And what this is to keep your ass clean. And it really helps when I'm stiff, achy, hurting, and in extreme pain. And so the way this thing works is you wrap the toilet paper around here, you stick it in here. This is like a little clamp. Stick it in there, just jam the paper in there, come around, and you got it all on there. And then when you're done, you push this button over here, and it opens it up and it pops the paper out. Pretty clever. Never thought they'd make something like this. So, anyway, it might be useful to some folks. Okay, so what's next on the list? Let's see. Can you see these? Probably. Whoa. So, this is table legs that I bought making this shooting bench, and I bought these other legs, but they're not working out very well. So I need to kind of put this together and then put it on the bench. So this is one of today's projects. You just need to line this hole up. Put these legs on here. I'm gonna have to move my spot. Now I'm doing all these projects. Are we getting this on video? Looks like it. This thing's not wanting to line up. Change the bit on here. weak. What do we want? Phillips. Ratchet. Kind of bought new tools. Not kind of did. Coming through. Should probably use my drill to make it easier. But then again, probably use the exercise. Firm believer, if you got the right tools, makes the job a lot easier. So most of my life, instead of hiring somebody, I buy the tools and do the job myself. And as my dad would say, ain't nobody's gonna care about working on your stuff more than you are. Okay, so what do I need? All right. Nut and a locking ring. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let's turn this around. Actually, let's do this. Line this other one up. Got spaces. A little rough. So far, I'm feeling okay today. Not too much pain. So far. Of course, never know with this stuff. Can change day to day, hour to hour, minute by minute. Not much. I used to work with this. I volunteered with Heliski, and I was the ground guy, and I'd fuel up the helicopter and keep track of all the airplanes flying about. And used to hang out with the mechanic from Rocky Mountain Helicopters. And we had a lot of downtime. And the benefit was Ted, the pilot, was when they took a break, he'd fly us up, and we get to ski down and we take our 3 pins back then. And anyway, David said there's 2 kinds of mechanic. There's a wrench and a hammer. So, do I hammer this or do I wrench it? If I wrench it, I probably won't screw up the threads. If I hammer it, I'm likely to screw up the threads. Oh man, oh crap. Alright, we can tighten them up. So, expensive giant screwdriver I got here. Ratcheting. Got all these new tools. New to me. And my rationale for buying all new tools is I gotta get tools that make my life easier. So I'm going with cordless, because then I don't have to walk back and forth laying out cords, extension cords and that. The tools, this is a ratchet tool. It's got plenty of bits on here, if you could get to them. And so it makes it a little easier. I don't have to walk back to the tool or toolbox or whatever. All right, we got one down. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, and you know, there's another tool, which hopefully is going to make it easier for that nut I dropped. Oh, there it is, way over there. Got my magnet out. Are we catching this? Huh. Oh. Yeah, we'll get that later. So, got me been buying tools. Fortunately, I got disability. Check from my job. I went out on disability retirement, and then a few years ago, a friend of mine told me that this rep from the VA was going to come up, and they're going to have a meeting. So I went to the meeting, and since we live in a small rural county, there's no VA here, and so the guy asked me a bunch of questions, and then he told me he's going to put me in for a claim, and I'm going to have to take a bunch of missing lock washers. Oh well, I don't think this is a big high vibratory thing where this nut's going to come on. So I ended up having to go to the VA up in Reno, taking a bunch of tests and stuff. And then a little later, after taking the test, I get approved for 80% disability. So I got a retroactive check, and then I get a monthly payment. So I figure VA gave me that money because I messed up. Well, and also anyway, I was fortunate. I was able to get around and do all kinds of stuff. Okay. Not 100%. And then I possibly got this MECFS, and they say there's no diagnosis, but kind of, I don't know, they're still doing research. But I figure, kind of knowing what I got helps me to deal with it. So anyway, I figured it was a good excuse to buy these tools and try to keep working. I know a lot of people are bedridden with this thing, and I'm trying to keep moving. Oh, tell me I messed up the threads. No, that's going on. Good job. Well, so far, I like pretty much all the tools I bought. I got some I haven't tried out yet. doing here? Well, that's done. So all we gotta do now is pull the other legs off and put these on. That might be project for maybe this afternoon. I gotta be careful I don't overdo it, because then I get that post exercise malaise that's terribly painful. All right, so I'm gonna sign off, and I hope you all have a good day. You all, man, I've been living in the country too long.